Okay.
This guy's a self-proclaimed seven-figure YouTube entrepreneur,
Wow.
claims to run over 12 profitable channels
Really?
without ever, like, hitting record on his own face.
It's wild, right? We're so used to YouTubers being these huge personalities.
Right.
But Matt Parr, he's like flipping the script.
How does he do it?
He's kind of like the wizard behind the curtain, right?
Yeah.
Pulling the levers of this content machine that just generates serious income.
12 channels, seven figures, that's a lot of levers.
Yep.
So how does he do it?
Well, it boils down to a few core principles,
Okay.
and it all starts with, niche selection.
Right.
But he's not just saying, pick something broad that you're kind of into.
Right.
He's really emphasizing finding that specific, often underserved corner of YouTube. Like, think of it as finding your own island in this vast ocean of content.
So instead of being like the next big cooking channel,
Yeah.
I should be, I don't know, vegan baking for like gluten-free people.
Exactly. Parr says that kind of niche focus, it's even more crucial for these faceless channels.
Why is that?
Well, because you can laser target. You find that highly engaged audience, they're already primed, right? They're actively searching for your specific content, which means stronger viewer loyalty right off the bat.
Right.
And that opens up so many more opportunities for monetization, beyond just those ads.
Right, so you're just competing with everyone else. You're becoming the go-to expert for this specific group.
Exactly. You're tapping into an audience that's already out there.
That makes a lot of sense.
And get this, to help you find those profitable niches.
Yeah.
Parr actually gives his students a list of over 100 examples. This is within his Tube Mastery and Monetization program.
Wow.
Oh, and case studies from 239 successful channels.
That's like a treasure map. Okay, so he's saying, here's where the gold is, now go dig it up.
Right. But of course, finding the niche, that's just step one, right?
Right, what's next?
You got to make content people actually want to watch.
Which is, kind of important.
That's where his emphasis on data-driven content comes in.
Oh, okay.
He's all about the keyword research, the SEO best practices.
Can you break that down for me? What does that look like in practice?
Sure. So say you are doing that channel on indoor gardening, right?
Yeah, herbs in my apartment.
He'll teach you how to identify the keywords your people are searching for, like best grow lights for apartments or, easy herbs to grow indoors.
Right, so you're not just making what you think is cool, you're seeing what they're actually looking for.
You got it. And by using those keywords, titles, descriptions, even in the video itself, you increase your chances of popping up in the search results when someone's looking for that exact thing.
It's about working smarter, not harder.
100%. And that data-driven approach, it doesn't stop there.
Okay.
Parr's a big advocate for efficiency, especially for people who aren't comfortable on camera.
So less time stressing about how you look, more time on the content itself.
Exactly.
I like it.
He even has this concept. It's called the video creation assembly line.
Okay.
He wants students to streamline everything. Scripts, voiceovers, super efficient editing techniques.
An assembly line for videos?
He even provides fill-in-the-blank video script templates.
Wow, so he's like taking those principles of efficient manufacturing, but applying them to, like, content.
Exactly. And this focus on, streamlined production.
Yeah.
It ties directly into another key part of Parr's whole approach.
Which is?
Monetization beyond ads.
Okay, now we're done.
Ads can be part of it.
Right.
But he's really emphasizing exploring alternative methods for generating income from your content.
Because, let's be honest, just relying on ad revenue these days.
Tell me about it.
It's a long shot. So what are these alternative ways to make money? What does he suggest? So we're talking about going beyond just those, fickle ad algorithms, building a whole YouTube business. What does that look like in action?
So Parr really pushes this idea, right? Your channel isn't just videos, it's a platform.
Okay.
You build an audience and then you can connect with them in all these different ways.
Like what? Give me some examples.
So think affiliate marketing. You recommend products, super relevant to your niche, and bam, commission on the sales.
Right.
Or you create your own stuff, digital products, online courses.
Okay, so if my channel is those gluten-free, vegan baking recipes,
I'm already hungry.
I could partner with brands selling specialty ingredients, or even make my own WN ebook, just a collection of my best recipes.
Exactly. You're leveraging your expertise, building that trust with the audience and the income streams. Way more stable than just hoping those ads work out.
Yeah, and because it's such a specific niche, those viewers are more likely to want those exact ingredients, those ebooks. You know what I mean?
Precisely. They're already primed for it.
This is all sounding amazing, but I gotta be honest. Part of me is still like, Really? Can you really make money on YouTube without ever showing your face?
It's a fair question.
Like, the platform is so saturated.
Oh, absolutely. And Parr's not saying this is easy by any means. It takes work, it takes strategy. But he'd also argue that saturation, to a point, can be good.
Okay, now that's interesting. How so?
Think about it. Viewers are into, let's say, indoor gardening, right? YouTube's algorithm, it wants to show them the best, most relevant stuff. So your channel is niche, the content's good, it's optimized, you have a chance to be right there in those suggested videos, even next to the big names.
So you're not going head-to-head with the giants. You're carving out your own little space.
Exactly. And remember, Parr's whole thing is working smarter. He teaches people to use tools, techniques, outsource tasks.
Like the video editing, the script writing, all that.
Right, that video creation assembly line idea.
It almost sounds like you need a different skill set for this kind of invisible YouTube. Not on camera, but still.
Oh, for sure. You don't need to be a charismatic host, but organization, planning, that's huge. Because this is a business, right? Think about your niche, your content strategy, how you'll make money, your brand.
So it's not just churning out these faceless videos. It's approaching it like I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah, 100%. And that brings us to something super important.
Okay, what's that?
Parr talks a lot about this potential, this invisible YouTube success, but it's not necessarily about passive income.
Right. That's a key difference.
Huge.
So even if I'm not the one in the videos, it still takes effort, dedication to build the channel.
You got it. Any business, online, offline, takes time. It takes consistent action.
So less, I'm going to sit back and rake in that ad money, and more like, I'm building a sustainable business.
That's exactly.
It's just a business, just.
I like that. And this whole idea, building a system for invisible success, it makes you wonder about other areas where this could work.
Now you've got me thinking, where could we take this beyond YouTube? So many possibilities, right? Like we're talking about systems, not just get famous on YouTube.
Yeah.
If we can take these ideas, the niche, the optimization, the monetization, beyond just YouTube, what other areas could this work for?
It's pretty exciting when you think about it. We're talking about like a whole new way of thinking about online business.
It's almost like you take the best parts of being an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
but also this idea of creating great content, but you blend it together.
Right. You're not bound to just one platform. Look at blogs, podcasts, even those online courses, social media. Could you use this data-driven approach there too? Creating stuff, making money, but without being that typical influencer type.
So like instead of just having the gluten-free baking channel, I could have a whole online empire, right? The ebook, a course, maybe even a membership group for people who would want to go deep on that stuff, but never once do they see my face.
There you go. And what's great about that is it plays to your strengths, right? Camera shy, fine. But if you love to learn, to share what you knew, you can still build something awesome, make money from it, the whole deal.
It's almost like digital craftsmanship or something.
Yeah.
You're carefully making these things, but for a very particular audience.
I like that because its eyes are about creating something of value, right? Something that solves a problem that these people actually have. Right.
And let's be real, online these days, it's so much noise, people screaming for attention. So if you come in focused, giving real value, that's powerful.
Oh, it's almost like going back to basics, but for the internet age, you know what I mean? Find your people, figure out what they need, give them something amazing.
Exactly. And hey, maybe someone listening to this right now, they never thought of themselves as a YouTuber, which is totally fine.
Right.
But this invisible approach, maybe that sparks an idea. Maybe that's their path.
Maybe that treasure they're looking for isn't on the front page of YouTube. It's in those little niches with the creators who are, brave enough to do it differently.
Now that's something to think about.